Open your mouth. Spread your legs. Clear. Let's go.
Yo, what up? You already know it's your boy Pistol Pete. Today we got Cash in the building, straight out of Staten Island. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Wu-Tang family out there and all that. Cash been, in problems with the law since he was a child. Runners with the cops, being chased by the cops, doing a certain amount of time in prison. Today he's here to break that whole shit down to us. You already know. Dog in the yard, your boy Pistol. What up? You already know what it is. Your boy Pistol Pete. Welcome to Dog in the Yard. And today we got Cash in the building, man. What's up, Cash?
What's going on, big bro?
What's going down? How you, man?
Pleasure, man. Here.
All good, all love, my brother. How you been, man?
Chilling, man. Running it up.
Running around?
Trenches, trying to make this shit happen.
Hey, by the way, before anything, man, I want to let you know, man, I love your outfit, man.
Thank you, bro.
I ain't want to wait. I was waiting till we get on the. You know what I'm saying? I was
Thank
like,
you,
yo,
bro.
Cash swagged out, came through with the
Versace robe
yeah,
dog
with the
shit.
robe and all that. Nah.
It's tradition, Staten Island culture. You know what I mean? I try to be the best representation for my city.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
got
Just
you.
bring the culture, the gold teeth, fangs, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I know that, I heard about, you being in jail for a long time. I mean, like most of your whole life. So, I want to talk about a little bit about your, your background and shit as far as, siblings and who you upbringing, and as far as your upbringing, who you had in your life, your moms, your dad, like how,
So, like my life story starts out with my moms. I mean, my moms was in the trenches young. My father was actually, in the streets hustling, selling crack, and my grandmother was one of his customers. So, he eventually ended up meeting my mother, and that's how I got here. So, this shit just genetic. It's DNA. It's in my DNA.
So now, but your moms and dad, they raised you. They was at the house.
My mother and my father separated young, so I never really got to meet my father till I was like 9.
Okay, I got you. So you have siblings?
I got siblings. I got 2 brothers by my mother. I think I got a brother and 2 sisters on my father's side, but I'm distant from my father's side of the family.
So, where you from and all that? Like,
I'm from Staten Island, New York, Park Hill Projects, born and raised.
Okay, and what age you start, like
Getting
finding
into the
yourself
streets?
getting into, problems and shit like that?
I mean, growing up in that environment, like the minute you exposed to, stepping outside of your apartment, you're exposed to the problems. Like, so the minute I was able to walk outside, I was already engulfed. Like Ray goes to tell you, like when they was trapping, police had come, Ray had to throw me on my shoulder to run. So I literally, my mother had me at 15, so I've been in the streets all my life. So I've seen and been through the traumatic aspects of it early. Like I was exposed to everything, the life early. My mother's a party hip hop girl. Like.
Yeah, I got you. So, at what year you start getting in problems?
My first time I ever got arrested, I think I was like at 7th grade. I mean 7th or 8th grade. So that was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
Yeah, the homies, my homies had pulled through from Stapleton. Park Hill and Stapleton got a legendary rival. So some of the young niggas was mobbing with us in Park Hill. So I felt like it was our position to get them a bike. One of them men had a bike. So you know how that shit go. We went to the white neighborhood. Go far. We caught the new gold dyno bike or whatever it was. Yeah. We booked the nigga for his bike and skated off. And niggas ended up getting jammed up sometime later around that day.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, from the beginning.
That was like what, at 12?
12 years old, sandbox, slide boxing, all that good New York shit.
And then from there, what was next as far as?
I got jammed up. I think I went on like a high-speed chase. I ran from police. And, that shit happened in front of my mother. She was taking my brothers to school. And I ended up getting jammed up. And I got like a youthful offender. Like I got away from the police. They sent word through the fiends and all that. Like, yo, tell him we know he had a grip on him, whatever. But he got away. He made us look bad. Tell him turn himself in. I mean, it's not that serious. He don't got nothing on him. If the car's legit, And he bought the car, he good. So I had bought a car, I was 16, 17 at that time.
Okay. So you just went through the system and came out.
I didn't get locked up. What I did was
okay.
I paid for a lawyer. I had to go in. My mother took me in. We sat down with the lawyer that I paid for. Her name was Maria at the time. She'd been in the court system in Staten Island forever. She a people's person, Spanish joint. Man, cool. And she worked out a situation where I had to get. I got arrested, went to the bookings, came out, and I was sentenced to like a YO, youth offender for reckless endangerment. Because during the high speed, I jumped on the sidewalk. So they showed me love, they spared me type shit.
Yeah, they gave you a little pass.
Little YO, I got a YO.
Little YO.
That's my YO.
What's a YO though for those
youth
people
offender. YO is a youthful offender, basically saying you underage, and they give you a graceful period to clean up your act, or it won't stain your record.
Okay.
So if you do get in trouble after you get sentenced to your YO, whatever the charges was will officially stick to your record. So as a kid, they give you a little grace period, like you fucked up, we're gonna let you rock, so your record ain't hurt.
Okay.
But if you fuck up within this time period, we're gonna smoke you. It's gonna be on your record.
It's gonna be in your record.
Yeah, so.
I got you. So, I mean, after that, what, so
after that, well, around that time, my mentality was already bugged. I was in the trenches. I went from selling bud, getting packed up on the block. My balls, yo, you can't sell weed out here. Elevated to crack. A lot of the old heads that had the situation in the building ended up getting swept. And upon that time, I guess the information I had grabbed from trapping at the building and picking up the little skills or whatever, I was able to hold the building down.
Yeah.
So I leveled up, and my money was coming in crazy. I ended up going on a run from the boys in like a high-speed chase. And when I went on
another high-speed chase?
Another high-speed chase. So I went on another high-speed chase from the boys, me and my man. His name is Nashy and shit. And I ended up getting away. Like, they had pulled me out. The way the stop happened was they pulled us. I was young, gold teeth, 6 white gold on the top, on the bottom, fangs, sidekick 2, next tail, 870, chirps and all that. 3 bands in his pocket. I had a G-bomb, but it was like 370 left in crack, tucked in my cheeks. So when they whooped us, they seen the Dutchess, asked could they search the car. I was like, they good, because it was on me. And when they pulled me out the car, being that I'm little, they manhandled me, shook me left and right, and the bomb slid. You heard the plastic. So mind you, I got a college ID. I'm only 17. I got a college ID. I was already in college, all that shit together, all my bread, phones. What you do? I'm a rapper. What you do? With school. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, shook me down. The bomb came out. When the bomb came out, they went to cuff me, and I slid on them and took off. So I got away. My son didn't get away. You know what I mean? So I had static. I had to fake maneuver. The boys was on me. You feel me? They had my ID. Everything was crazy.
Chase you through the projects and shit?
All through every time I came outside, it was on fire. Like Park Hill, a lot of people don't know what Staten Island. A lot of people don't know about Staten Island because a lot of people don't want to pay the toll, and it's not really nothing there for people. But being there, especially in all of the different projects that's there, your mentality, it don't feel like no different than the city because you're in a project setting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your whole life, your lobby is lit, it's bitches everywhere, it's bottles, everybody tough, been up north, you know what I mean? So you got the whole New York, then you got the woo, we grew up under them. You feel what I'm saying? So I said that to say, so boom. I ended up maneuvering on them niggas, and it got to the point where every time I was coming outside, being that I was young and I looked like a kid in a grown man setting, they would spot me. Like, oh, that gotta be him. So one day I was in the trenches, I was in a trap. I was cutting up from I wanna say like 9 at night to like 5 in the morning. I didn't even realize it. I came down, had all crack, cut up, came from the Bronx, and then knocks, I heard the car, and then they stopped, skirt. It's like, yo, Nathaniel, don't run. But I'm walking, keeping a Millie hoodie on. But I guess because my body size and build of me being shown brolic at a young, they on me. I hit a car, whoop, take off through the woods, get low on them. They got a little nigga for me because I done skated on them. I'm infamous, dirt bikes, all that, I'm going on them. And I've been on the run for them already from the situation. So now they know who I am, and they already got the boys on time. And so I said that to say I'm running, little nigga on my ass. I had to bust a move, jump through 1 yard, throw work under like a Lexus, and then lay under some bushes. Like a tree had fell, God saved me. It was like a tree and it had fell, and the leaves was there, and I slid under the shit. And I just remember telling myself to stay calm, because every time I move, the leaves would crack, and I see flashlights and hear dogs and shit. So I sat there, stayed there, put myself to sleep, and then when I woke up, I didn't hear nothing. I jumped up, and then I ran, boom, got into the store. The Aki, like, yo, Cash, God bless my Aki, Alex. He like, yo, Cash, that was you. You like a fucking ninja. Get in the back, boom. So I run to the back of the store. He like, your shift change about to come. Just sit in the spot until they leave.
Crazy.
What the fuck going on? So I said that to say, it was on fire for me. I was running. I didn't get jammed for that though. I never got no time or nothing. I ended up being on this is my OT trip, which leads to my first bed. So now I slide from Park Hill. I'm in the trenches. I'm getting my weight up, doing whatever I got to do to leave. Me and my man go through it. You know what I mean? Because he get jammed. Now me and him got a friend. This nigga's a hating nigga. He's jealous of me. This his mans. They older than me. I just told you I was shorty. Everybody got locked up. So this nigga had a shooting already. My mans Nash had a shooting already, and he was in jail, so he missed the sweep. So he ends up coming home while I got the block. He come home, he pack everybody up, get up out of here. But he leaves me. So the niggas he packed up, they jealous. He talking shit. Yo, shorty, how shorty out here, 100 yams, 200 yams strong. He's 16. You been out here, you my man. He sent me no bread when I was behind the wall, nothing. Pack it up. So he came home and cleaned the hood basically. All y'all niggas they're not real right. Pack it up. Only person valid is shorty. I put him right in position. Yo, look, this the plug. I ain't put points on it, nothing. Yo, this how I'm moving. He got right back in position. So this my brother on some Jim Jones, Cam shit. So I said that to say when he got jammed, behind me running and the twerking and all that shit, one of his mans, that's supposed to be his brother, I'm telling you about, that was a hater. They pull up on me and he relays the message back saying, he basically like, yo, Nash said for you to turn yourself in for the bone so he could come home. But even though I'm a youth, I'm intelligent. I'm like little boy fresh in real life. So I'm listening to what he's saying. It's not adding up because for one, you gotta wait till you get bail. Then I can pay the bill and then you come home. If it comes to the point where it's like, yo, they trying to charge you for my work, I'm gonna hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we need to go through the process and figure out what they talking about first, what they charging you for. We don't even know if you getting charged for my work. I don't know nothing yet. So
yeah, but first and foremost, he's
just the
he's
passenger.
supposed to hold it down anyway.
But he's just the passenger. But I
yeah,
said
but
that to say,
but he's supposed to hold it down anyway.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
Shit like that. You feel me?
I mean, nothing you could do about it.
Shit like that. But I said that to say,
if you're aware of what's going on.
You feel me? The situation. I got away, whatever. So I said that to say the message get relayed back like, oh, son said fuck you. He not turning himself in or whatever. So son come home with energy, and when I see him, it's like, yo, what's up, bro? He try to pop it on me. Yo, don't fucking talk to me. So this is my big brother though. This nigga just told me to pack everybody up. You feel what I'm saying? So that he's swinging on me. When he spoke with me, I'll grab him. He leg behind me, trips me, boom, and now we on the floor together. And I won't let him hit me. I'm mad strong. You feel what I'm saying? At a young age, all I did was work out on some yard shit anyway, because everybody in the hood was on yard time and do dip, shorty, do push-ups. So I was brolic already. So I'm holding his arms, and he ain't really try to. He could have maneuvered, but he ain't. He just was like, yo, I ain't fucking with you. No, like, what's up? Like what happened? Yeah, Johnny said this, that, and the third. Like, oh, what? All right, now I'm gonna fuck him up. Get out of here. Yo, stay away from me. All right, boom. So that was my first war too, like with somebody that was validated. He already had shootings. He already got mad niggas in the hood scared, and I wasn't playing.
How long you regulated before you went to jail?
It was, I want to say I had a short run though, because in all actuality, like my moms and my step-pops and them, they really was in the trenches in a different type of way. So I had to sneak the hustle in the hood at first, like around my mom's. Like she was getting calls, yo, he out here selling crack. She running down, yo, you bugging, fuck out of here, shit like that. So I jumped off the porch, I want to say 16, I got kicked out of high school for wilding in high school, race riots in Staten Island, shit like that, robbing niggas, beating niggas up, taking niggas' phones, shit like that. I got kicked out of school because I was just always on punishment from Mama Love trying to restrain me from being a street nigga. But once I got around homies in school, I could marvel and just chill and just have fun. Being I was on punishment, I was wilding in school. Yeah. So I said that to say, 16, I jumped off the porch, 18, I'm in jail in the feds. So now this is up to that point. I'm 17.
What happened that you went to the feds?
Well, not the feds, excuse me. My first bid is a state bid in West Virginia.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
So now, boom. So during this situation, I'm shaking with son. I ended up spanking his mans out, whipped him out crazy, touched everything in the store. There was a little drama behind that. And then being that the boys was looking for me for that pack, they was everywhere I went, every time I came out of the building, they was running down. It was time to go OT. My cousin played for West Virginia University. His name was Cassell Smith. He was like, he had a Heisman, all NYC trophy. He got picked up early, went to college, fucked the shit up. But at one point when he came home, I was his little cousin to, yo, who got the weed? Your cousin. Who got the strip? Your cousin. So he was like, yo, you bugging out here, kidnapped me one day and took me to West Virginia just on some party college shit. Like, this is school, this is life. Like, fuck is you doing? Like, why are you acting like this? He didn't understand the trauma and the shit that I went through that made me into the kid that I was, that he was talking to. And he lost his little cousin.
Yeah,
so
your background, you know, your family was in the game.
He didn't really understand. Like, but when he left, even though my moms and them, I was a kid, they kept, you know, I was sporty, skateboarding, and, you know, I was a little shorty. Power all of them, putting gold ropes on my neck.
Yeah.
That's a little shorty. I ain't, you know, it wasn't like we was crackheads or finked out or didn't have, we was privileged hood niggas. But, so I said that to say, the police was chasing me everywhere, and the guy, I hit my cousin who took me to West Virginia before, like, yo, I need to get out of here. When he took me to West Virginia, you know, you can't take a nigga out the hood. It don't matter where you bring the nigga out, he's still gonna be a hood nigga. So I went there with a bomb, G-bomb, got out there within 24 hours, I done had a whole route in West Virginia, just from going to the store. Yo, you know where you get weed? Take my number, boom. One number to another number to another. That it just led to me dumping my whole pack for triple and making triple what it was worth. So it turned me out. Like, I gotta get back out here. Came back to New York. My cousin was like, listen, if you get into college, being that you dropped out of high school, your godmother's telling me there's an alternative high school, Metropolitan College of New York, where you can get your GED and your associates in 16 months. If you get in there, I'm gonna let you get the G-Ride. So I got in full mode, got signed up, and got into college. So I never went back down to West Virginia. Fast forward, I'm running from police every day. I hit him. He like, yo, remember old boy you was trapping and all? I'm gonna hit him and see what's up. He like, he doing good, he got a crib. I get down bottom. Now when I get down to West Virginia, it was a little process. Before I could get there, police chasing me everywhere. It's going up in the trenches. My route is crazy already. I got 220 on lock. Like, Park Hill is a long strip. So being I'm a little shorty that grew up and respectful and everybody love me and know me, I know one person in every apartment on every floor in Park Hill at this time. Every crackhead, everybody that smoked weed, and I was the nigga that was young and energetic and a run from sale to sale. So everybody loved me and I was running it up. So now I'm hiding in this last building. I went and I had to get my money back up because me fighting with son, I left 80 yams in the aisle crib we was sharing and he dubbed me on that. So I had to get right back up. My man Leroy gave me 300. I went uptown to the Bronx, see my plug, Johnny and all that. He hit me with yams. I was paying 19 a yam because I'm MVP. Whatever I'm trapping, I'm gonna run it up. So I'm gonna always come back. My number's always gonna drop.
Right.
So I said that to say I was getting yams at 19 when niggas was paying 31.
Right.
And I was a kid. I didn't even sell weight. Like, I was just breaking it down. I ain't know no better. So I was living my life for free. You couldn't tell me I wasn't rich as a kid. So I said that to say I ended up, it was mad shit going on. I had to scrape up bread to get out of town. And I ended up scraping up my bread and then I went out of town. So when I get OT, I'm in like on the run mode. My first time, I'm mad young. I mean, I got my little shorty with me, and we out in the trenches in the mountains. When I get down there, the nigga that my cousin got down there to kind of like delegate for me, he's an intelligent nigga, you know what I mean, fat nigga, but he don't get bitches, shit like that. So when I ended up giving this nigga work, this nigga ended up like tricking and doing whatever he was doing. It was fucking up my shit while I was sitting in the crib, supposedly on a run. So I ended up taking control of the situation, going through his phone, getting the information to the traps, making him rob me to the traps, and then I went straight to the trap. So when I got to the trap, I don't know what happened. Evidently, from the paperwork, I must have made a sale to somebody. What they allege is that I made a sale to somebody. That person gets pulled over. They say somebody with gold teeth is in the trap, mind you. So now I'm in the trap. I set up a situation for like Friday. I'm supposed to go get some yams and come back. And I'm telling them like, yo, it's gonna be a situation. Yams gonna be, you're paying this 100 a yam, yams $50. I set up this big ass thing. I get back, I go back to the trap. Dolly now, mind you, my protection, my mouthpiece, and the shit that I was set up, I dubbed it, and now I'm frontline. I'll get to the trap the first day that I'm in that trap. I'm sitting in there. I think I had 10 yams of hard in one pocket, 10 yams, 7 yams. I had 10 and 10, but they only charged me for 15 yams. It's my first case out of state.
What's yams?
Coke.
Okay.
Grams, but we would say yams.
Yeah, just for the public and all that, so they can understand.
So, so I said that to say I had 10 grams of coke, 10 grams of crack, one pocket and another pocket. And I'm sitting there regularly in the trap. I got my little laptop out. I'm watching How High. I'm smoking some Silver Kush at the time. And the door get kicked. Poof. So when the door get kicked, I didn't really know what to do. I just sat there and played like I was asleep. fuck it, I'm a fiend. So they searched everything. They ended up going in my pocket. Oh, we found dope. I didn't know what they was talking about. They ended up tasers, all that. I'm a runner. I just told you, high speed. I'm in the mountains. I'm out of jurisdiction. I'm in a trailer. They swarmed. They got it swarmed, and they got tasers. So this is different. This ain't New York.
They ready.
They're New York. It's like, damn, I can't even bust a move. I'm hit. So it's nothing. It's like it's gonna be my first bid. Going to a New York nigga, you already know 1 to 3. Your first bid, your next bid like a 3 to 5. After that, you look like a 3 to 9. So I'm shorty that been trained in military for this shit. So I'm like, all right, my little 1 to 3. You feel me? It's like them niggas charged me with.
So you didn't even realize they was the feds.
This was the state. My first bid out there is gonna be state.
Yeah.
So when they jammed me, but it was. This is probably how I got on their radar, because it was a task force. You know how out of state is. It's DEA. Whatever counties, there's 3 different counties, and Morgantown County, and this county, and that county. So all of these sheriffs and shit have like this task force. So that might have put me on their radar. But at this time, I'm 18, so I don't know anything about the system. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that was my thing too, as far as with my direction for the interview was definitely, I seen like everybody that's been up here in the caliber, even yourself, you feel what I'm saying? Like I told you throughout my whole bit of growing up in jail, which we get into, you know, I always heard your name bringing behind walls. You know what I mean? So I said that to say, but my story is different. I'm a little shorty that wasn't supposed to go to jail. Like I was a little shorty that, like the music, the talent, the basketball, like was mad smart, got into college early.
Focus.
But I didn't have no father.
No guidance.
Didn't have big bro, because they swept him.
Yeah.
And we raised ourselves.
Yeah,
and
I got you.
My idols is young wild niggas that watch Paid in Full. They backing out guns and dice games and shit.
Yeah,
so it was just it's just so boom. So
that
I said
shit is so real.
But this is why your platform is so important right now, because there's so many kids that don't need to be me. Exactly. Little shorty with the wolves, the animals.
Yeah. Nope.
I made it to the fucking the max, like the USP.
Yeah.
Feel me? Just because of my age being young and violating because I'm coming home broke, bumping my head again.
So then what happened?
All right, so boom, they kick in the door, I get jammed, light shit. You know, they bring me through the jail, they manipulate me because I don't know anything about, you know, how to work the system, how court works, nobody's there.
How you felt? It's your first time really in jail?
This is my first time ever in jail.
Yeah, how you felt?
A lot of you
like
not.
What was going through your mind?
All right, so the first thing that went through my mind was my mother was really in a hood movie. She made me watch a movie called Lockdown, and it was a movie, and a segment in the movie, a bunch of Aryan brothers was beating up the black dudes in a section, and they was taking advantage of him, beating them up and raping him in jail to the point where he was getting high. And then he ended up stabbing one of them up and going out. You feel what I'm saying? But I said that to say this was running through my mind. Like, yo, I'm in here with a bunch of white boys
like,
in the mountains of West Virginia.
Shit. He said, hold up, yeah, you are the bit. Oh shit.
I'm with a bunch of 18,
of Bamas and shit.
18 in the mountains with a bunch of white boys. And when I got, like, so coming in, I haven't even thought about this shit in so many years, but that shit was so traumatizing, because you know how they do you on intake. You're sitting in the cell, there's niggas is sleeping on the floor. Yeah. Niggas is bugging out.
Shitting in your face.
You hear, shit like that. Then you hearing doors slam, you hearing bells go off. You like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, only thing you could think in your mind is, niggas gonna try you for your sneakers, better stand up. Like, you know this shit, y'all niggas, you know this shit the big always told us, like, yo, you know, you get behind the wall, niggas used to try niggas and beat niggas up. If a nigga say something about the phone, you pop it. So I'm going through my protocol. Like,
hell yeah.
All right, boom, this how I gotta move in jail. I'm in jail, and it's real now. So I'm like, all right, boom, I'm hearing it go off. And then, you know, the first thing, I hate needles. It's mandatory TB testing and all this shit. Yeah. I'm tight. They sticking me with shit. I couldn't say no. I want to wild on them. I can't.
He was like, what the fuck?
I couldn't. I was jacking. I ain't jacking. I had to look away to the point where now it don't even bother me. You know, they stick you every time they move you to a new spot. Yep. The shower for me. They'll go in there and grab these tighty whities that everybody wore that been washed 30,000 times in them tan khakis, and I'll be in there in a second. You gotta go in there, strip, get naked, throw your shit in a bucket, and wait for Squally to come in there and for them to, they grab a pesticide off the wall and tell you, we gotta spray you for bugs to make sure that you don't have crabs and nothing like that, because you're gonna be sharing clothes with people. Cold as fuck. Crazy. Wake up. You in jail, like, oh shit, like you an animal. Look, you an animal. You an animal. Yeah. Hosing you down. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, pesticide, shit all in your mouth. You like
Yeah.
the fuck? Oh, they violating. She'll hit the button, wipe down. Cold water. Oh, it's lit. Like, I made it kill a nigga. I'm mad. Now I'm already in, like, these niggas is disrespectful.
Yeah, they violating the shit out of the motherfucker.
They disrespectful, and I don't know how. I never tolerate. Now my mother being talking crazy to me for too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, that hurt me. So I definitely don't tolerate from no other man, woman.
Yeah,
disrespect.
you're not putting up no verbal
No disrespect. So with that shit, it's just crazy to me how they doing me. So from there, getting into my pod, when I got into a pod, I'm not gonna lie, it was like the Twilight Zone. Like when I walked in and they closed the door, they had the small units with the bubble where the COs could see all of the units inside the bubble. And I'm watching people walk in circles.
Right.
Walking in circles or some exercise shit. And I'm like, yo, this shit is bugged out. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
You
I'm
like,
mad young.
shit.
I'm like, yo, this shit is really, really bugged out. This nigga, why is he walking in circles? My man like, nah, he thinking. Nah, that's crazy. Ain't no outside. You get 1 hour a day and they come at like 5 in the morning. So I'm sitting in there, I got one nigga pull up, you know, now black people in there gotta stick together because it's majority white. Black colors, we all like this, boom. It's mad white people, yo, what up, my nigga, where you from? Oh, all right, bow. We all the wall now. So automatically, I guess my skin color is my car now, in a sense, or my group of individuals that I gotta be around.
I was divided and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know we out of jurisdiction. It's 80 to 5 every unit. So I said that to say some little nigga from Pittsburgh came and tried to come for me and give me the game and shit like, yo, this shit ain't about nothing. And this when I got into my first fight. Like I got into my first fight like 3 days in jail. The unit I was in, niggas was, 9 months of being in there, it's the county, just they homeboys, they running around playing all day, throwing water and shit.
Yeah.
So somebody put toothpaste all on the handle of my door. When I went to my door, this is my first time getting tried in jail ever. I put my hand to open my door and it's toothpaste. So for me sitting in there and analyze how people talk to each other, I knew that all call-outs was mandatory, so I violated. Whoever put toothpaste on my dick, fuck out of here, violate, you a bitch, your mother's a bitch, So the nigga like, his people was on him, like, so he like, what? So that was confrontation. Oh, well, if you did it, I suck my dick, nigga, I'll fuck you up. When you want to fight, we can fight, whatever, So he like, what, come to my cell, your cell, whatever you want to do. So I think it was locking, we locked in, so when I lock in, I'm crying in there like, damn. Come out, I whoop this nigga out, but it is what it is. But like all through my life, I was like, I'm from a tough neighborhood. We slap box, we fought. Like all my niggas is competitive basketball. You couldn't be a punk. You had to fight for the neighborhood. We wasn't from the neighborhood because you had to go to the next neighborhood and put on. So I could fight. I can handle myself. I'm very comfortable wherever I'm at.
As long as you got the heart, you good.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable in a sense. So I'm like, damn, I gotta whoop this nigga out. So
you wasn't worried about as far as him having a knife,
a banger.
banger?
I'm not nowhere in. I mean, my whole life I've been blessed like through my bed because I was in La La Land to the reality.
You really wasn't expecting that.
To
Anyway,
the reality of the dangers. Yo, when I tell you this story, you're gonna be like, surely you skinned through your teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like you made it, no scars, scratches. God love you.
So then what happened?
God love you. You heard? Yeah. Like I done had polka dots, all that shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I've been through every aspect of. I grew up in jail.
Yeah.
So I said that to say I ended up coming out. I mean, yo, what cell you want to go to? I went straight to his cell because I know if it was my cell, or you know what I mean. I didn't want to get. So I ran up to his cell. They had the boxes in there where the police could hear if you yell or something, they could hear you. Right. So we had to wrap the box up. I wrapped the box up. And he's on some like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up. I turn around, I face him down. The nigga like, you sure you wanna fight? Nigga, I don't wanna talk. The nigga, white boys, they can't really fight. He rushed me, but he grabbed me by my throat. And so now this is my first fight in jail. He talking shit to this nigga, he talking shit. This nigga is way bigger than me too. Like OD, I'm a little nigga. So when he grabbed me, I kind of was in shock. And my mind just snapped on some football, keep your legs moving type shit. Like, he had his head down, a calculator, and just started drugging shit. Boom, 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 put him right out. Woke him up. Boom, 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 woke him up. Boom, put him to sleep. Boom, 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 put him. Then I'm so filthy because now I'm scared. And I got him, and I'm enraged because he popped him first, but once I seen his head was down, I knew he couldn't fight. And then once I'm short and brolic, them shits is hitting him, it's over. He down, regular shit. Welcome to the dog of the yard. Welcome to the dog of the yard. Now I'm here. Look, boom, 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 spank him out all crazy. Boom, boom, boom.
So then what happened? Cops and all that.
So mind you, COs come, right? And I'm walking out now. I mean, the tower was up, all that shit, so we was protected. I come out, and mind you, when I was coming in the building, I'm short, and it's racist. You walk down the hall, and everybody's screaming and on the gate and walking to see who you was, seeing if you was a rat nigga, seeing if you were op nigga. So as you walking down, you just got the dogs, you know, they all running to the gate. Who that? Sniffing. So, you know, I'm walking the yard. So now, here it go. I'm coming out, the police come, they hit the horns, all the police rushing the unit. Everybody on everybody on the gate. Everybody want to see what's going on. It's mad police coming. What the fuck happened? Here I come. Everybody laughing. He just got here. Like, he just got here. Look, niggas whooped him out already. He just got here. Like, I'm hearing niggas, everyone, you know, walk by, My nigga, I don't know what I did to that nigga, but when he came out that cell, they cuffed him and brought him out, all I heard was, every unit they walked him in front of niggas was like, he whooped that nigga ass. I beat fire out that nigga, blood everywhere. He came out looking like he got butchered in the cell. So that was my introduction to that shit. And then when I went to the box is where I got comfortable in jail because I was around the real rights. And I was able to get taught real fast. So this is how we move in here. This is what we doing. We punishing these niggas. We on timing. We got our own unit. If you land in a unit where you're not supposed to be in, you tell them niggas, they racist, get up out of there. Make sure we all in a space where we can stay at to where we can mob. That was just like how they was moving. Right. Stores, shit like that. So I got into the game of learning. You
fought in place.
I ended up going to the, they gave me a youth offender program again, where it was a boot camp situation.
So how long?
I ended up doing 19 months.
Okay.
So I got sentenced to a 1 to 15. It was 2 counts of drugs, the coke and the hard, which was a 1 to 15 on both, which was a 230 rank concurrent. So I ended up getting 1 to 15 years, which was 7.5 to kill it, 1 year to parole. So once you get to 1 year, you're eligible to see parole and go home to start parole or probation. If you violate, you can stay in jail up to 7.5 of the years because they do 50% or some shit like that. So basically, I was in there looking at a 7-year bid. You know what I mean? So they gave me an alternative sentence because I was young. I went through the alternative sentence. When I went through the alternative sentence, they ended up giving me some boot camp shit, but it was unisex, men and women, and I'm bitches on my dick. So I ended up getting in a situation with a female, and they kicked me out. I mean, they ended up kicking the bitch out first because it was like she assaulted me. Cause she basically said she was necking me off and whatever. So I ended up staying, but they dragged me after that. Like, you gotta get X, Y amount of hours of cleaning duty, and it was boot camp. Like, you gotta be on the 3rd towel. Ain't no talking if he fuck up. We all standing up for 3 hours, 4 in the morning. However the CO feel, he dragging us. Like, oh, y'all wanna play? You laughing? I told y'all go to sleep. Everybody stand up now. Like 3, 4 in the morning, disrespectful shit. I got up out of here. So I blew the spot. Now it's welcome to real prison, right? So now this is my first time on the prison yard. I ended up going through, had to come back to the counties. I'm well versed now. I go upstate, downstate basically of West Virginia to get a number. And then from there, I went through hell. I had a real situation with a CO that was mad traumatized, and at that point, it was New Year's Eve. Niggas was kicking on their door wilding, but the police didn't like niggas, and I kept telling them to chill. But however, niggas was banging on their shit, and the police came and it was fucking with me, and I wound him up because I knew he just kept, like, I was waking up smiling. I got into meditating. I got into a spiritual state upon, adjusting to jail, and I was in a happy space. And he would see me and be like, "What you smiling for?" And I'd be like, "What? Is something wrong with me being happy? Like, the fuck? The sun came out. I'm chilling right now. I'm enjoying myself and myself. I'm writing music and shit. Fuck wrong with you? Like, oh, you ain't whatever." So the same officer was working that night, and when he came in the unit, he picked myself to blitz. Mind you, I just got pictures of my newborn son and shit like that, and they blitzed my shit, fucked my shit up. I wound them up. They ended up taking me to the front, stripping me out, putting me in a suit, having me cuffed to a wall the whole New Year's Eve or whatever year it was. I'm arguing with the nigga, screaming hysterically, just must violate you, kill you every time I say something. It's another write-up. How shit go. I was just enraged, but I said that to say
every time you say something, he keep writing you up more and more.
I went through a horrible downstate in West Virginia, then I made it to the prison yard. When I got to the prison yard, This is when you went back. This is my first.
This first bid.
Yeah, first bid. Because mind you, they gave me an alternative sentence, but I got kicked out. So now I'm back in county to go up. As a man now. Now you going to prison. So I went through downstate now, traumatized. Then when I get to the yard, mind from me being in the county and shaking niggas I met in the box, we all formulated and we went through the transition of getting sentenced together.
Yeah, I got
so
you.
Now when I get to the yard, they them niggas. You know what I mean? My nigga DH, shout out DH, Crip nigga, Cali, and there's niggas from all over the world. You feel what I'm saying? That I'm in there with. But when I got to the yard, all my niggas had the yard already. So I was welcome. I mean, everybody knew who I was, what I was about. I put in pain. I had like 150 write-ups already by the time in my first year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a knucklehead, because it's like high school.
Yeah.
It's like high school. You know, man, shut up, nigga, what's up? Phone this nigga. I want to fight, I'm a kid. We want to fight Kumatai, everybody want to fight in the cell. We having fun. Like, that's how we young men in there with aggression. Niggas in there. So, you know, so when I got to the yard, that was my first time experiencing like prison. Like, knives being made. Like, just being able to go to the yard, go to the kitchen, having access to touch niggas. Feel me? Like, the county shit, like, you in a specific unit, you could work, you could learn at this fish tank. Get to prison, you out in the open, a nigga come 3
So what
units
prison
over.
you went to?
I went Huntinsville Correctional, which was the state max out there. The super max was, I forgot the name, but I went to Huntinsville. So Huntinsville Correctional was known like for pushers. Everybody there was troublemakers.
Where's that, in Virginia?
That's in West Virginia. West Virginia and Virginia is different. Virginia's Commonwealth, West Virginia is white mountains. They big on sports and getting drunk and fucked up. So I said that to say, yeah, when I got to the prison though, that's when I learned there was other cities, like how New York is a borough, there's Brooklyn, they ain't like each other. Now the blacks don't fuck with the blacks. So now I'm up there and I'm from New York, but these are my family from the county now, because I banged with these niggas in jail for that long, but they from different areas, and now they got different cars. So I kind of got there.
They in different gangs.
Yeah, they all different areas. I don't gangbang. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I was around a lot of bloods. I was influenced by blood. You know what I mean? All of my friends was blood. I wanted the fake beard, but I never got initiated or nothing like that. So I never was on gang timing when I got to prison. You know what I mean? So I said that to say, so yeah, everybody was separated, but I had a name for myself already. I could stand on my own. So I went through like a school experience of just walking around and learning politics of jail, like niggas talking about niggas and who done fuck with who and who did what to who in the streets and how I was getting niggas clipped. And you know, I'm learning the hustle game. My man DH, shout out to my son I'm telling you about, he's 6'10" Crip nigga. One time in the county, I had to shake a nigga for him. He had a store, he sent me on a mission like, yo, them niggas out the store, that's a dog. I went and beat a nigga up, took all his shit. You know what I mean? Then they ended up gripping up on us and it was a race riot. They got us out of there. So now I'm on a yard with him and he's really on timing. Like his shorty's, it's official. She got the pounds. They got it coming in from Cali. They running it through the jails. He got the white boys. He got this car. He's the shot caller.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
So now I'm around this nigga and I'm learning that aspect of prison early. You know what I mean? So he got it coming in. But in jail, one thing I could say, and that's why I wanted to speak and definitely be on the platform, is I was always out of place. It was never for me.
Right.
Even though I'm tough, I can fight, I can hang.
You around that, but
I'm athletic, you know, but it wasn't for me. I wasn't the street nigga. It wasn't for me, you know what I mean? So I said that to say, I didn't hustle. And that's all I do, all my life. I hustle every day in the streets. I get anxiety if I'm not chasing a dollar. In jail, I did not hustle. It was like God was like, sit your ass down, watch everything and learn. I felt out of place. First and foremost, it was Snickers and candy bars. I'm not a store. Like, I didn't get it. For me to be a hustler, I didn't get that shit. It was no money to me. I burned too much money, so I'm looking at it like, I'm not doing no store. I don't care about nothing.
I just 20,000 cans of tuna.
Yeah, I hated all that shit. It just was stamps, niggas shooting dice. I didn't get it at first. Like, because I didn't have to do a stretch.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I said that to say, yeah, he ended up getting jammed up though. White boys had owed him some money for like, I think like a pound of weed behind a wall. And he ended up applying pressure and then they ended up getting him out of there.
Yeah.
So he got sent up to the Supermax and got a federal charge. So he leaves to the feds first. He out of here. So after he finished his state charge, he ended up having to go to the feds. I ended up basketball, working out, got into a good unit for a program where they had PlayStations and shit. That shit was cakewalk. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, it was cakewalk. Like the niggas they was hood from projects down there, but it wasn't up north.
Yeah.
Thank God I never been up north. So, you feel what I'm saying? Like I heard, like even in the feds we got a saying where it's like up north is physical.
Yeah.
The feds is mental. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
right.
up north, you had it, and I experienced
That
it
is
going
so
through
fucking
Rikers in Brooklyn.
That is so correct, though.
Yeah, I
And
experienced
the
it
state
going.
is physical.
Niggas is tough. Niggas will try you. You in the
All the
pack,
time.
niggas just going, wow, he getting it. I'm gonna take
And
it.
the feds is mental.
Yes, you gotta be a smart nigga to navigate.
So and then when you came home,
So
right?
I ended up
When you came home,
that was '06. I got locked up. I ended up coming home '07. I went through the system now, sweet, and playing ball tournaments. Get my GED. I go for the board. I hit them. I
got
remember.
your GED and everything?
I remember Noriega, state prop. I told him I had a cat and dog, and my mom's, I don't even got, my mom's ain't even alive, you know what I mean? So I remember that clip of the movie where he clowning with how he had to finesse the state parole board to get home. So that's my mentality. I'm Nori going in. Yo, since I've been incarcerated, I understand how like 157 incident reports. They was like, what the fuck was going on? Like you was like, we see you at 100. I'm like, I was young and I didn't understand the system, and I felt like the officers were being disrespectful to me, so I got into mad incidents of throwing piss on CEOs, spitting on them niggas, like pushing like assault on officers. So they like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, yo, I was a shorty, but mind you, they had me in a box for so long in the pod shit, like 7 months. I ended up 2 officer minimum, coming out like a fucking, I liked it though, you feel what I'm saying? Like you're young, you feel like a savage, you feel like a dog in the yard, nigga, you working out, they got you in a box, nigga, you feel what I'm saying? You wailing up police, suck my dick. I'm a kid with mad energy.
That was the first time.
Yeah, so I got all these write-ups, I'm at the board, they like, what happened? I told them, if they seen that after the box and going to state prison, it was no more write-ups. I was clear. So they like, we see you calm down, like, and I also got my GED. They like, all right, cool. You're not from Morgantown, even though they said you from Morgantown, West Virginia. That's what I was saying too, as far as how I got finessed on the sentencing. They were saying I was from that trailer, and I lived in that trailer, but I wasn't. So I technically could have won off the strength that I had took the shit out and put it in the couch. Excuse me, it wasn't in my pocket. I stuffed it in the couch. Could have technically walked off the strength that it wasn't my property, and I was another crackhead in there. Everybody was supposed to be arrested, all that. But I was a kid, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then my mom's ain't trying to, you went down south, you wouldn't be selling drugs, you wouldn't be grown, sit your ass down. That's what I got to deal with that. Like, ain't no more
You was throwing off, yeah.
So I didn't know. So I took a plea for something I wasn't supposed to. My mother, like 6 months at a boot camp or 1 to 15 years. Sit your ass down. You wouldn't be selling. You know what the fuck you do in the streets, nigga. So now you grown, eat that little bit. So I'm up there, ain't supposed to be up there. So I told them, now I got my GED, whatever. They like, yo, you're not from the city. We're gonna send you back to New York. We're gonna grant you parole. Just stay there. You banned from West Virginia, from this specific city in West Virginia. That's what I call my charge. Banned from that county, and take your ass home. So I ended up having parole in my pocket, which means I'm free, but until my paperwork go through, I'm lunch. Like if I get a write-up, I gotta wait a whole nother year to see the board. And niggas know you made parole. So now a nigga could play with you a certain way because you really can't afford to get caught for horsing around ticket. So it's a different mental. That was my first time feeling that pressure, but thank God everybody in the spot loved me. I was cool. I ain't have to get into nothing on my way out. I was supposed to get transferred to New York, which is leading up to the federal bit. I was supposed to get transferred back to New York, but I didn't have address, shit like that. All that shit was like kind of like basically
complicated.
Yeah, it was gonna take. It wasn't the address. It was that it was gonna take 3 months to get home. I didn't want to have to fuck a nigga, and I knew my mouth. I knew I'd argue with a CO or be laying when I'm not supposed to be laying because they had it to where your bed.
It was just too long. You didn't want to be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose my shit. So one of my means ended up letting me stay at his mom's house, which he was like, yeah, my mom's got a nice place on this side of town out here. I pushed it through. I don't know how that shit went through because it wasn't immediate family. It wasn't they was telling people from there, it got to be your mother or father, no brothers or sisters. I'm like, yo, that's my aunt, and it slid through. I ended up walking out the door in khakis, DOC 436819-2. -1 was the first number. Walking out in khakis, they drove me to this nigga mom's crib, and that shit was like a bando. They just dropped me off. You sure it's the address? I was so nervous, we couldn't find it because the address was hanging upside down.
Yeah.
That's how bad the crib is. So I'm like, nah, this can't be the crib. Like, we riding past it. Now this nigga like, yo, like, what you gonna do? Like, I'm like, yo, I'm good here. Got out the car. So now I'm in West Virginia and never been in this specific part. My son from another city out there. So I'm in a whole place I've never even ever been to in my life.
Okay.
In khakis, and Tim's, and Barker boots, with
Crazy.
my numbers on it, and a fucking net bag. And I don't know nobody out here. I go and knock on the door, boom, boom, boom. I see it. I'm like, oh, that's the address, though. Walking through the rubble, boom, boom, boom. What is it? It's me. It's me, his nephew. Oh, nephew, what up? Get inside. Like, I love this woman. She was a fiend. The crib fucked up. She got an old white lady cracked out that she using for all her benefits and shit sitting on the couch. That's her money pig. Like, sit there. So when I get there, she, hey, Kim, this is such and such. Oh, hey, nephew. And she rocking. And I'm like, right back to the trap, you heard? Like, oh my God. Like, so I'm like, I'm scared. I'm really scared because I know how parole is. They come in right now, check the apartment, they see a bottle, I'm out of here.
Crazy.
I call everybody in the world, like my mother, everybody, like, you shouldn't have, who the fuck told you? Like, nobody, I don't want to be on no, what's that shit, playing the victim, but yeah, I had it rough. Like, niggas didn't really support me. I was always so tough and outgoing and arrogant as a Leo that people, when I fell, always be like, yeah, nigga, you need to learn a lesson. So I didn't get support when I was down. Not that people didn't fuck with me and love me. Niggas definitely was on some, you a good kid, that's what you get, type shit with me. So it was rough for me, you know what I mean?
So now you in the house and they fiend out.
Yeah, so I called Raekwon. The chef and shit. I'm like, yo, like, I just came home and them niggas got me in a crack house. And I'm like, if my PO come in here right now, I'm clipped. Like, I feel like they tried to lie me because what probation officer in their right mind gonna see this address and do it. I said, I'm about to run. I mean, I'm telling my mother, oh, y'all don't come get me, y'all gonna see me before, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't come see me, I'm gonna come see y'all before y'all see me. You don't do it, you're looking at 7 years, I don't give a fuck. I'm the top road runner in the world. I'll get the fuck low on these niggas. I'm outside, I'm not going back. That's when you're gonna have to catch me every time. Stupid, I don't give a fuck.
So what you did, you left?
So I hit Ray and I explained to him and he sent me $500. He said, yo, listen, I don't really got much. He said, I'm signing Interscope right now. He like, they playing with the checks. They not trying to push my album like that. He like, they only talking about 50. Right now he told me he's only worried about 50, M, and Dre. He like, I'm on the shelf basically. So he like, things not good, but bow.
Yeah, anything is appreciated.
He didn't even owe me that. Feel me? Like, he didn't even owe me that explanation. But it was very significant in history for me as an artist too, to see that you could be somebody and not, you feel me? Like, go through it. So, and then watch him from that point hustle, go independent, blow up, and now be back the chef. You feel what I'm saying? Like, different timing. My grandmother sent me $50. I got tank top t-shirts because I'm in the crib basically with nothing. Jail clothes still. So, you know, she heard, you know, hey, go 50. Like, that ain't nothing. So I get to the Target or whatever, corner store, Family Dollar, get my shit, that shit gone. Now they like, you gotta get to 3 cities over. She sent me another 100. I take a cab out there, that shit like $60, $70 just to get there. I don't got no bread. Now I get to my probation officer, I'm basically telling her the situation now, like, yo, I don't know if you seen that crib. She like, yeah. I'm like, I can't stay there. She like, I only did that for you because I knew you was from out of state and you had no family out here like that. I didn't want you sitting in jail. She like, if you got friends out here, anything, you could go stay there, just let me know where you at. I'm like, I don't know nobody. She like, I can't help you. You wanna go to the shelter? Never. She like, well, just let me know where you at, just stay in contact with me. I walk outside, start pouring raining. 3 cities over from where I'm staying at. Out of town, buses don't run after 6, 7. There's no buses going back anywhere. I'm 3 cities over in the rain in West Virginia.
So what the hell happened? What you did?
I'm 18, about to turn 19. I'm maybe 19. So luckily, this is why I love.
Young as hell.
This why I love the lady, you know, the fiend. Her name is, not call her fiend never again, Eva too, because she was a smoker. But Auntie Emma, you know what I mean, Mama Emma and shit. She's a whole gangster. So she was from Milwaukee. Her son, come to find out, he was getting hot. A nigga I was fucking with too, and he was no good. Behind the wall. He was ended up like my brother until I found out he was no good, shit like that. When I came to his house, his little brother grew up traumatized, and his mom's and his older brothers, and so he was robbing everything because he didn't have. Like, I heard about his little brother at 13 years old. I'm in the state prison hearing about his little brother shooting shit. I'm like, yo, his little brother's that's the one. So now when I meet my little man, Flames, aka, you know, Jamie, aka Flames, at the house, I tell him, like, yo, I'm a different breed. I'm a New York nigga that get to it. I'm gonna make it happen again. Like, just, you good, you my little brother. Your brother got me home, you good. You know, I'm working the streets. His mom's taking me around, so I learned this how the Fed big come. From me paroling there, his mom's showing me the area. Feel what I'm saying? I'm hanging out with his little brother, I'm learning a little bitch and shit like that. Now, the bitches bringing me around, so I learned a little shit. But mainly his mother on her hill was, I called it Crack Mountain. Her crib was a spot, down the hill was a spot, around this block was a spot, on the other corner was a trap spot, around them was a crack spot. So just on this motherfucking mountain alone is 2,000-3,000 a night, easy. So I'm watching it through her. She bring me to one of her smokers. Oh yeah, this my nephew. They all looking at me like, who the my whole life, this is why it was mandatory for me to do this too. Nobody ever knew me. That's weird too. Like, how the fuck you get out here? Who are you? How you moving like this? Nobody, everywhere in my life. Right now I live on Harlem, my papa on Harlem. Who, house, who, robes, block parties, like, who is this? Like, I'm that loud nigga, which protects me though, cause it's like, he gotta be police or something. Like, you feel me? Like who this, nobody moves like me.
Yeah.
But that's cause all my life, it was never meant for me to be in the streets, it was meant for me to be an entertainer. I just didn't know that, to develop and being in a strip and having it locked down and niggas telling me, you moving weird though, bro. You dancing, you got the block lit. I'm watching for police, you making it hot. Like, this is cool for us to pop on entertainment, on the block, bro. You gonna go to jail every time, and that's what happened to me. Flashy, loud, running around, wasn't meant for me.
So you went back to jail?
So I ended up, like I said, she bumped me into a nigga that was trapping, and with him I ended up learning more about the city and working, how it worked, and numbers and shit. And I ended up asking them, my stepfather is big time, drug dealer, kingpin type nigga. And he had just got released from doing like a 9-year bid. And he came home and he was on some, I'm fishing right now. Like, I'm trying to find good work. Like, everything on here is trash, but I'ma find it. Once I find them, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
So I said that to say, he ended up finding it. Some pink Peruvian type good coke. And we called it Pink Panther. But it was like, you try to get down here. So I asked my probation officer, like, it was Thanksgiving, can I please, go visit my family and shit? They was like, yeah, just let me know when you leaving and when you coming back. So I get my first pass, I get home. My moms, I reunite with everybody. And my step-pops give me a nice bomb, you know what I mean? So I end up coming back and I end up shaking that shit. Feel me? Mind you, I know everything now because my man sent me to his crib and it's a fiend crib. She plugged me with the trap niggas. I know the numbers. I know all the houses. First thing I do when I get back to the spot is go to the bar around from my crib to get a drink, right? And when I get there, a nigga I whooped out in jail was there. So now niggas from there know me from behind a wall now. So now I'm somebody out there because I done been up north with they big bros.
Oh yeah, with their guys.
So now I'm valid in West Virginia. So the first person I see is my mans. We did program shit all out. We had a situation. B-Rad G, white boy, he get high. He like, yo, what's up? I'm like, nigga, you know what's up? I just got back. That's how it worked. I just got back. He like, yo, listen, what's up? I'm like, you gotta take me to the crib. I live around the corner. He took me to the crib, hit him with some work, right? He leave, he hit me immediately. This is it. He like, this is it. He come back. I'm like, yo, let me hold the car. He like, yo, just drop me and my girl off. Hit him, bow. Now I got a car. Now I'm moving around. I go right back to Auntie Block, Crack Mountain. I wrote my number down 1,000 times. Get to Crack Mountain. What's up, Auntie? Remember me? Yeah, you remember this? Yo, excuse me. Don't smoke over here. Don't smoke in my, excuse me. Yo, Auntie, come in. Don't be giving numbers out my house. Yo, listen, bow. This is what we doing. Trap go dumb. All right. Leave. Next trap spot. Yo, what's up? Excuse me. No, none of y'all don't give a fuck about nothing. Okay, I don't care. Gave my number out, so long story short, I lock everything down now. The work is fire, all the things is coming to me. I got this nigga car, I'm running around. Like I was out there my whole life. It's lit. This is how the Fed big come. So this nigga, he ends up coming back like, yo, I need the car, but I don't got bread. He like, but listen, if you do me a favor, I'm gonna plug you with my boss. He like, my boss own mad construction company, shit like that. He got the bag. Look out for me. Boom, you know that. So now he plugged me with his boss. His boss is Mike Jones, no funny shit. Mike Jones contracting company. Then he plugs me with an electrician. His man on electrician. Yo, I'm a kid, I'm 19. I'm running around this mountain listening to Jeezy. I'm cold teeth. Mind you, it's not for me, because that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to lock it down. But I don't got no guidance. I don't got a big homie. I don't got yo, listen, you got this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I'm just out there ripping, running. Boom. So I said that to say, I locked the situation down. I ended up getting 3 sales. Somehow throughout me moving around and getting familiar with people, I ended up bumping into a fiend nigga. I'm gonna remember his name in a minute. I hit his hand thinking he was somebody he wasn't. I was getting into like neighborhood little arguments with the other fly niggas getting money. Like, I get more money than you, shit like that. And one of their leading fiends was a nigga named LA with a bald head. So I thought I was getting LA. Like, I'm about to clip them for their good runner. So, we good, don't worry, I get his number. I saved him under more money, meaning extra money. This ended up being the fiend that gives me my 3 sales. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up saving this nigga name under more money. I'm moving around through the trenches doing what I'm doing. I get a random call from him, you know, he'll pull up, I'll see him. So fast forward, I come to find out like the little brother I was telling you about, Jamie, his best friend is this nigga's son. And his daughter is a chick that I'm kind of talking to, but I ain't crack. His daughter was beautiful, but I don't know that he just was a nigga that just came home from the feds. His wife is telling him, yo, this nigga is out here running around, trapped out, getting money. His little brother is coming in the house with mad money. Mind you, I always told Jamie I was gonna take care of him. I told him, you don't sell drugs. I just always give him like $100 for his pocket and like 3 bands, like you could front.
Yeah, let's speed it up. Let's talk
man.
about as far as like, you know, so how long, more or less, like Cash, like how long you was out there before you caught the next case?
All right, so I was out there
That
for
you got
like,
trapped up. Homeboy,
yeah, I want to
obviously,
say, so now the fee, he gets 3 sales for me, right? He gets the 3 sales for me. I move it around. I end up, the boys end up trying to locate me. They couldn't locate me. They pull me over. They find me. I get jammed up. I go in. I got 3 sales. So this was
3 sales?
Yeah, 3 sales.
Of what?
For crack. It was altogether it was 9.6 grams of crack cocaine.
Okay.
It was originally a state bid, but it gets dropped and the feds picks it up.
Okay.
Basically like, oh, you wanted to play out here and parole out here. We told you don't come back out here. You stayed out here selling drugs. We're gonna boof you. You from New York, you wanted to play. Now you go to the big boys. So they dropped the charge. The feds picked my shit up. I get an 841B1C. I mean distribution of crack cocaine up to 9.6 grams. So whatever all the counts was of sales, it was aggregated and I copped out to basically some light shit. Mind you, I'm not supposed to be in the feds. We just said my aggregate weight is 9.6 grams. I'm a little shorty from the neighborhood. I'm doing my little thing, 100 grams, 200 grams. But I'm not a federal nigga. Feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a kingpin nigga. I'm just a little shorty. I know how to move, ripping and running. So now, they drop the shit. I get back to the county or whatever. I'm working through the county, fighting niggas and beating niggas up, just having fun, just regular shit, thinking it was gonna be, you know, a violation or whatever with another bid. And when the feds picked it up, it was a whole different ballgame for me.
Yeah.
Like, it fucked my head up. I didn't know, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know what I was looking at. That shit just was like, damn, the feds picked my shit up, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So,
you was like, what the fuck, now you in trouble.
yeah, so I ended up, my thing was, let me see whatever they got first. You know, I'm a street nigga, I'm smart. Once I see it, it's clipped. I seen all my sales on video. And my lawyer came, he showed me the video. Lil Wayne playing, my shorty on the phone, she telling me, ain't you supposed to be in the house? I'm like, yo, why you standing at the window? You trying to get us locked up? You know they lock things up too, get in the car. Feel me? So I see the sales, it's me, dead to right. Feel what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, they offering you whatever they offer me, 57-month bid, I had to do the, you know, the feds is different. Now you like 57 months. Then I'm counting, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
They trick you with that
So
57 months.
Once I seen my case, it was like locked, ain't nothing to argue. You know what I'm saying? So signed a deal. Took the deal, ended up copping out, and I ended up getting my sentence. So I caught a 57-month sentence, 3 sales, crack cocaine, 9.6 grams, 841B1C, which is 848 is the kingpin, 841 is just a distribution. I ended up going, so from there, they shifted me from regular units to federal units.
Okay,
Meaning,
so then you got transferred to the feds.
They didn't have a feds there, so I'm in federal units.
Okay.
So it was weird, like it was different. From there, I went to a federal facility. I had to put me in a bus. This when the bus, all this transit shit come. They put me in a bus to CCA, Ohio. From CCA, Ohio, I went to Pittsburgh. From Pittsburgh, from FDC Philly. From FDC Philly, they drove me through Jersey to Fort Dix or some shit. And then I ended up going through DC and all of that to my spot, Virginia. So now they sent me to Petersburg, the medium. That spot was a low facility spot for niggas who got petty charges that could get the drug program, residential drug abuser program. Also, was a dropout spot for gang members and chomo niggas that was coming into the system, and then for niggas that was from the DMV area, because that was their area. So I got to that spot. My first time in the feds, that spot was a sweet spot, but I had to learn protocol. I had to learn cars. I had to learn how to move, and I didn't understand any of that shit, and I didn't care. But thank God landed in a spot where there wasn't a system. You get what I'm saying? Like, the niggas trying to go home. It wasn't like we got life. So if you didn't rock, it was just like, yeah, we don't fuck with that nigga.
Yeah.
And that's how I was in the yard. Like, the homies was like, nah, that's Cash, but he ain't on homie. He not on homie timing. He just doing what he doing. So I worked out a lot. I ended up meeting a lot of people though on a spiritual level that was just really fucking with me.
So how long you was in that jail?
I stayed in that jail. I think I did, I don't know, I want to say 2 years.
And
a
then
year and
what,
a half. I ended up going to the RDAP program that they sent me out for, which is a residential drug abuser program. And then with that program, they ended up taking whatever rest I ended up doing like 36 months.
Okay, and they took some months off for taking
For
that
the
drug
program, and then I went to the program, got to the halfway. I went through the program, they released me to a halfway house. From the halfway house, I went back to West Virginia somehow, because that's where my address was at. I ended up getting kicked out that halfway house, sent back, and I hated that because I never flew on a plane. And I was happy that I didn't get the plane shit. And now that I got kicked out and want to be an asshole and get kicked out, now they drive me to Atlanta and put me on a plane from Atlanta and fly me all the way to Texas, then from Oklahoma, then from Oklahoma they flew me to motherfucking New York, and they was just flying me around just to drive me through Jersey to drive. Basically, like, you want to fuck up, now we're gonna fly you around. You want to stop at every spot, you're not gonna have no commissary. They drag you. You feel what I'm saying? So
how long you was doing that?
That shit was like 3 months. Like, that flight, that Con Air experience was another traumatizing, shocking experience too, because the way that they transport niggas on that plane is like slavery. It's like cattle. Like, they bring us in buses. It's a system. You gotta step out, shackled, cuffed up. You get locked up. You're watching everybody coming from different cities, and then they trade niggas out to whatever spot they going to, and then they send you back. Feel me? They put you on a plane, they fly you back to wherever you're going. So
crazy.
I had the experience that. I get back to the spot. So the first bid was light, honestly. That the federal bid wasn't really much. I had the
Any crazy thing that you seen in any of the bids that you can remember?
So now all the real shit come in when I end up making it home, and I catch a violation back in New York, fighting with police, weed on me, drugs on me. I'm not really doing too well because I didn't know the streets anymore, fiends switched up, shit like that. They put me on violation in New York, which I gotta go through. Rikers now, which I never been. Rikers, OD, different type of experience because it's physical.
Year?
This was 2012. I'm in Rikers Island. So mind you, it's cramped up, it's crazy, it's dirty, it's dusty, there's no beds, there's no sheets, you're not getting none of that. Everybody's whooping niggas out, turtles is running around. This is a whole new ball game from Camp Cupcake I'm just talking about in the feds. I mean, not to make the feds. At this part, that specific aspect of the feds was sweet because I was a low offender. The mediums is not really nothing. However, now I'm in Rikers Island, it's going up every day, turtles going up. I ended up copping out to whatever little fight I had with the police, and they violated me and sent me back. Now they send me through MDC to get violated for the charge. When I get to MDC, this is a whole new, now I'm around New York and seeing everything.
Yeah, now you're in Brooklyn.
The YGs, all of these indictments. The way that the feds is strategically targeting New York right now, to me, is sick. I'm watching them use the RICO on these kids like with Thugger and what they doing, boosting up these charges and trying to say that people are organized crimes and sentencing them like they the mafia. Is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
These is babies. This nigga's in the feds sitting down with me. Mind you, I'm seasoned now. I'm on violation. I'm on time now. I'm in through Rikers. I'm spanking niggas on the. So now I'm kind of a jail nigga.
Yeah.
On this violation. Now,
yeah, at this point you already you've been around.
Now I'm a jail nigga. So
yeah, you've
now,
been around, you got experience.
So now I'm at MDC and it's different. It's a lot of rats in there.
So let me ask you a question before we move forward. During your time, what's anything that you can remember that you know, anything you seen in prison that it was crazy that
my first day back on, so with that MDC shit, they ended up sending me to Canaan. My first night, I get to my first, that violation boosted my points up. They sent me to the penitentiary.
Okay.
So I just went through all the sweet shit I'm telling you about now on a violation. They pushed my ass to the big boy. I'm in the USP, Canaan. My first night I get to Canaan, I lock in, I meet the homies, it's different protocol. They wait for you. I wake up, as soon as I come out my cell, I'm watching a nigga get stabbed up.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga hitting a nigga like he dicing apples. I told you have my money, fuck you talking about, you gonna give it to me when you give it to me. This is my first morning, of getting there, getting comfortable, meeting the homies, getting protocol, you need to have this together, get your paperwork, 30 days, shit like that, woo, woo, woo. Now I wake up and I see a nigga get butchered. So now I'm like, my whole mental is
like, what the fuck?
That's
another trauma.
I got a violation, it's only a year, but now I'm with the lifers.
Yeah.
So I watched this nigga get stabbed up all crazy. Next situation, I ended up having another violation, more season, I'm in the spot. I'm on a bus, when you're in transit, you kick it with niggas. I get to the yard with a nigga that I fuck with from Connecticut, he killed police. So I'm all, not to say fuck the police, but I'm all for somebody handling their business and evening the score on the injustices. So I'm supporting him, we kicking it, we get to the yard. He was from Connecticut, this yard, there wasn't a lot of Connecticut individuals, and the DC individuals overtook majority of the yard. So he fell on the short end of the stick and came in situated, had his bag right, went shopping, went to commissary, did him, flexed, and long story short, they ended up robbing him his first couple weeks there. And when they robbed him, being that his paperwork didn't clear and his protocols and situations to where you have to go through a process to get cleared to even to be the homie. So we can't.
What's the process?
The process is within 30 days you gotta have your paperwork, and the paperwork that you gotta have is your sentencing transcripts specifically. You feel what I'm saying? And so in order, they call it your driver's license. That's your paperwork to be cleared to drive the yard. So when you first come through, you got 30 days, which is just the process of you. Also, the homies will set you out, give you a bag. They let you know if you take that bag, if you're not right, when it's time for us to pack you out, we're not packing you out. You're getting poked up. We're not even telling you we're packing you out. We're not giving you the, we don't want to get in trouble, get out of here shit. We're just going to stab you the fuck up. So I said that to say, so someone in, and they ended up robbing him. He couldn't get a knife because of protocol. He didn't clear yet. He just got there. He didn't have access to his paperwork. They couldn't give him a knife. They gave him a lock and a sock and sent him to go handle his business. My nigga went in the cell, shook out on him. The DC nigga grabbed him up, locked his dreads up, and reached for his knife. And he in war mode. His adrenaline is running. He ended up stabbing this nigga to death. But mind you, I'm on the yard. I don't even know that this kid is dead. We kicking it, the yard getting locked down every day in this specific yard. Now I'm in Hazleton, I believe that was. Was it? I believe it was Hazleton. Or Allenwood. It was Allenwood. It was Hazleton. So boom, they locking the unit down every week. Every 2-3 days, somebody getting stabbed, somebody's getting poked. The environment that I'm in now is nothing like when I first went through the system. Now every day somebody's you gotta rush to go get a shower because niggas want retaliation.
So how long you was there, Cash?
Altogether, I was there in violations. I did 5 years in violations in different spots.
Okay, so when you finally came home, let's get to that.
I came home 2018.
And you've been home since?
Yeah, I've been home since.
And what you been doing?
I came home with just a whole different mindset. I started my own label. I ended up starting my own recording studio, shit like that, building a whole movement, just inspiring my niggas. I just came home with the mentality of I gotta run it up. I didn't change, nothing changed. I'm still outside. I'm about to go do a bid now, honestly. I'm still outside. I just got sentenced to 2 years with 1 year's paper for, I think it was 256 ecstasy pills. So God willing, we working with probation right now, and maybe I could get some type of drug program, being that I'm on TV and I got all of these opportunities that I developed.
Yeah.
But I said that to say, so I came home and just hit the ground running. I had to survive. I wasn't really doing good. I clawed my way up.
So you caught a bit right now. Right now you're about to go to jail, guy.
Facts, again. So I said that to say, my life has been constant, movie.
So being that you're going through all that, right? What will you have to say? What will you say to the young brothers out there that
I would tell them first and foremost, the culture, for me, knowing that I was never supposed to be little shorty that was going to jail, I feel like the message would be all like the gang activity, all the culture of everything that's going on, the drilling and the killing and the drugs and shit right now, it's like it's stupidity. Like for me going through the bed and the trauma aspect of just loyalty, disloyalty, expecting certain people to be there for me that wasn't there for me, people I took care of, kids I took care of, niggas I fed, shit like that. You learn so many different lessons being in the system about, you know, just different pains and just different feelings you end up going through from just constantly being violated. You feel what I'm saying? So I said that to say, nobody should, no kid would want to put themselves, it's retarded for you to put yourself in a situation, you know what I'm saying, where you stripped of your manhood, where everybody's shitting on you, everybody violating you,
but
everything that you did it for.
No, I got you, Cash. But my thing to you is right. So you, right now you going back to 2 to 4, right? What you doing? 2 to 4?
I gotta do. I think they said the guideline range was 2 years. I think 2 years to 6 years. My plea deal was for 2 years with 1 year's paper, and it's supposed to be a shock program. So 8 months boot camp, 6 to 8 months boot camp.
So you might gonna get the shotgun.
For sure. It's not a violent case, and I ain't have a record in a long time. So it's gonna be 6 to 8 months, and I'm right back to town.
Yeah. So what's your plan, man? I mean, like.
So right now,
what's your plan? Because, I mean, it seems like you've been in jail for a long time and all that, and you never had a job.
Light shit, just to crawl myself up and get re-up.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes, man, you know, you might need to do that. You know what I'm saying? You might need to get a
I got a
job
trade. I came home
until your craft take off.
So when I came home, immediately that's what I got into a program, Fortune Society out here, super dope. They give you like a blanket of degrees where you could get jobs.
Okay.
So I ended up landing a job as an electrician. I worked there for 3 months, saved some money, and then I ended up, ripping and running to try
going back to the street.
Go just to pursue my plan of, all my aspirations and dreams. And I feel like I had to take a long shot, and it was a risk, but I feel like I accomplished it. I'm working with Ghost now. Supposed to be going on tour for the next 36 months. He got a new label, Yap City Records. I mean,
but you going to jail.
But it's cool. I do my little bit, 8 months, this is what you sign up for. You feel what I'm saying? Like I had to do that, 2 buy Versace robes, 2 buy Louis Vuitton. I had to, that's what I'm saying, the system is set up and designed for us to feel. They constantly hunting us and tracking us down, pushing the drugs into the neighborhood. And then you have kids like me that grow up in this, we don't get the rehabilitative state or mind state to understand.
You got the same mentality.
You just want to, all you know is this is how you survive.
Yeah, but now at this point, right now you 30-something years old.
Yeah, I'm under 35.
I mean, like it's time to grow up and be like, you know what, this is it. I can't keep doing the bit.
I said that to say, for me, again, it was desperation and survival, and it was like, I gotta make it out. And the only way that I knew to make it out was hustling.
So what you been doing?
So not to say that it was right or wrong, but it was
necessary.
And I was able to invest in myself and do the things that I needed to do to build, my brand. And I ended up making my clothing line, you feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so I ended up.
What's the name of your clothing line?
It's Park Hill, the label.
Okay.
So I ended up creating positive means of income for myself from being able to claw myself out. I mean,
I got you.
Once I was able to financially get stable, then I was able to invest into my career. So I said that to say, yeah, it was a hard process for me, but I had to do everything I had to do in order to make the buzz that I needed to make it to get through the threshold of people saying, yo, you deserve your shot.
Yeah.
And now I got the attention of everybody and I got my shot.
But so you comfortable where you at?
Yeah, I'm heartbroken that I finally got my shot, and at the same token, it's like, sit down. But I feel like everything in my life, God has showed me signs and symbols. This right here, I feel like it's a process for me to stop and learn taxes and all of the business side of things that I gotta pay people to do now.
Exactly.
So jail minus the dumb shit, I spoke on mad dumb shit of my bed, but the education aspect was always like sentimental to me. Like when I played my side, I studied, and I was able to learn mad shit that helped me come home with a plan, which made me grind to get that plan off. But I came home with a plan, and the clothes, the label, and just everything that I came home doing.
Well, you still got, you got things working and shit like that for you. So
yeah, everything is cool.
You got that little setback, but besides that, everything is in motion.
Like so, just now, like I told you, I rushed in because I've been locked in the studio 3 days. I mean, album's complete, everything, just working on mixing, mastering, visuals, you know what I mean? Like I said, my cameraman flew in from Atlanta. I got a whole team of people that believe in me constantly, so that way while I'm going, everything is already on the set schedule.
Everything is in motion. I got you.
And I could come right back home into tour. You feel what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because he'll be on tour for 36 months. If I do 6 to 8 months, I'm catching. If I do 18 months on it, I'm still catching well over half the tour. You know what I'm saying? So I said that to say I'm coming home with opportunity. I never came home
got you.
with anything before.
I got you, Cash. I got you.
So now
That's the plan.
So now it's like I come home, I got a fully functioning business, my clothes is booming, I got a store in my neighborhood that pump my clothes, you know what I mean? Now that I got verified on the Wu-Tang Hulu show, you know, it's definitely, the world's gonna be able to see and be like, nah, he's really, this is
Let
somebody
me
from
ask
Park
you.
Hill.
Let me. You know, you focus. You know, you got your plan. You know, as long as you can't come back out and throw a brick again, then you're good.
I don't wanna ever.
You know what I'm saying? You don't
I don't
want to
wanna
do that.
ever, I wanna come home and I wanna, like for instance, I've been speaking to the kids at the schools in the Bronx, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying, on career day, and just showing them like entrepreneurship and my path as far as educating myself. Anything that I had to pay somebody for, recording, mixing, engineering, I do it myself, editing, filming, I bought cameras, I had to buy all that shit.
Gotcha.
No college kid could pay for that shit coming home from school to get in the industry, it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we supposed to do? That's the sacrifice you gotta make to get in. You gotta go do something. Why you pumping all this money into this? You feel me? How?
Yeah.
So I said that to say, yeah, this shit's just it's been a long journey for me. I've been home 3 years now. I haven't stopped running, like every
It's
day.
not good. I mean, you can't start running. You got to keep it going.
Oh, so
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So with the kids at the school, that's where I was at. I basically on career day, what I was telling them was that being that I have to take the time to learn everything now, and I don't have the time to do it in real life. When you managing multiple things, and then you're in the industry, you're around celebrities, and you got to go out, you don't have time to educate yourself no more. So I was telling them the most important thing about school right now is, not waste time. Figure out what you like to do, what your skills is, what you're good at doing, and then now you have a blueprint for what you need to learn.
Well, you already know that's a blessing for you to be doing that, man. You know what I mean? You got to always educate the kids and all
educate
that.
them this shit, man.
You
So
know what I'm
that's
saying? I want to ask you a question. One last question. How you feel about prison reform? You think that's needed?
I feel like the prison system is not. It's not rehabilitative. I feel like it definitely needs to be all of the laws, especially as far as with the RICO system, not just the prison system, but just the RICO right now is outrageous to me. I'm very upset with how they're using people's lyrics. Free Rod Diggs. I mean, that's my brother. I went through a lot of situations in jail. Rod Diggs, they gave him like, I want to say 7 lives and 300 years on top of that. And I had the opportunity of really becoming a good friend with him, Supreme Team's Prince, Soup's uncle, Prince. I ran into once I got into the penitentiary, I was able to
Yeah.
have a
So
different
I mean,
experience.
so what do you think about the prison reform?
So I said that to say, how they charging people and using people's lyrics against them, like they did with Rod Diggs, giving people 7 years just for raps. I think that shit is outrageous and should be erased from like the Constitution. I don't think they should be able to use this law in such a broad manner to charge I'm seeing kids in jail. I'm in the feds and I'm seeing. They're like, yeah, remember when my moms gave me the $100 and I bought some weed and we went to party and they started shooting? Like, how is he being charged with an 848, the same sentence as somebody that's a Chinese syndicate cartel shipping bricks and human trafficking? How is it possible that little shorty from Park Hill, the Bronx, is rubbing shoulders with niggas that like yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, there's no way in hell. Like, all this shit I just said to you was play.
Yeah.
You know, up north, your story. So for me to even say how my bid went on that aspect, I'll let you know that something's wrong with the system.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing traumatic. It was like, yo, you went through, that shit was play. Nah, it was like, so for me to be that individual and then end up in spots where niggas is getting butchered left and right. I was there in Canaan when police got killed. I mean, the niggas was feeding niggas, I was eating lettuce, I was eating celery with hot sauce on it because they was disrespecting us, wasn't giving us no hot meals for 3 months because they was in emergency lockdown. Nigga butchered police. The police was fucking with niggas, kept fucking with him. He had life already, he didn't care. He butchered the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, like every day on
Everybody
Canaan.
paid for it.
But my thing is in prison, you if you politic, you're gonna get caught up in shit. If you're a nigga that's gonna be mixy and doing all of this, then I was able to sit and just catch the whole ride and study and learn. And the greats watch me and be like, yo, shorty, you talented. Like, you rap. I shook yards. Like, yards had.
Yeah. I got you. So with that being said, man, listen, Cash, it was a pleasure having you. Dog in the yard, you already know.
That.
I mean, you spoke well.
Thank
I mean,
you, bro.
nothing for success. Keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Stay
you, bro.
focused. Good luck on your new bid. You know what I mean? Hopefully it works out
Definitely.
for you and all that, so you can come home and
just shake this shit.
and yeah, and
You know
come
what I
back
mean?
to play
So
and all that.
definitely,
So
man.
you know, nothing but luck, man, and love, man. Just know, you know, when you come home, or you know, if you do your bid, you can always come back,
Yeah,
whatever,
we
you
gonna
know,
shake
check
this
up
shit.
on us and all
Definitely,
that.
I'm gonna
All right?
definitely come back and let you know, update you on what's going
That's
on.
what I'm saying. Yeah, let us know. You know,
Yeah.
everybody would like to know how you turned out.
Most definitely.
All right. Anyway, with that being said, you already know it's your boy Pistol Pete, the dog in the yard, Cash. Let's get it. Welcome back to Dog in the Yard, your boy Pistol Pete. I want to first and foremost thank Cash for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Staten Island, you know what I'm saying? And Cash, keep doing your thing, man. Appreciate you coming through, sharing your story with us. You know what I'm saying? More, you know, nothing but success, brother. You know what I'm saying? As far as your rapping career and all that and everything you working on, keep doing your thing, brother. You already know. Stay out of prison, man. Stay focused, man. Your boy Pistol Pete, Dog in the Yard.
Fuck your life. Fuck what you thinking, nigga. Fuck. Look, is you dumping or you dipping? Which one? I'm with the gang. Is you blunting or you crippin'? Throw it up, shots bang. You gon' slug 'em or you clip 'em? Call whoever you want. That shit won't make a difference at all, pussy. You hear that whistle, then you're dead. Bang. Put a missile to your head. Bing. Bang. We get into this bread. You ain't witness protection. Whisper in the fed. Fucking rat. I'm a dog in the yard. Yup. Catch me on the court with the ball going hard. Straight to the hole. We ain't passing it the bench. Never. 16th and Mermaid. Meet me at the headquarters. We at the bank and we only make deposits.